What's going on, everybody? It is Wednesday afternoon. This is not going to be like my normal update. I'll do that later. But I'm just curious. I talk a lot about this, mental game stuff and challenging yourself. For me personally, and I'm just interested or curious to hear from you guys, like, what type of things do you consider hard or uncomfortable? Like for me personally, anything physical, like I go at it. Whether it's waking up really early in the morning to work out every single day, or running in the cold. And like I said, I run with shirtless, just my shorts and sneakers, sometimes gloves and a hat, depending on how cold it is. But anything physically challenging, I like mountaineering. I posted up like a year or so ago when I went out to Colorado and did that 14er, the 14,000 foot mountain, the Grand Canyon, rim to rim in one day, crossing, like anything like that. Like, I love hard physical challenges. One of the things I like about the market, and this, or investing, I should say investing or trading, and this wasn't always true. I mean, it used to be hard for me because I was very emotionally attached and it was uncomfortable and I didn't like the discomfort. But, after years of doing it, after working on my mental game, maybe just because I'm older and more mature, I don't know, but that doesn't bother me at all anymore. Like, even holding on, if I'm in a position that's underwater, but I believe in the fundamentals. I understand the fundamentals. Like, I have patience. I'm not saying it's easy. I mean, and I should qualify that because kind of depends on what market I'm trading. Like, still now in foreign exchange and forex trading, I tend to be quick to take profits when I know I have the right position on based on the fundamentals. And that's something I have to work on. But, I know when there's going to be, or I can see when there's going to be a reaction in the market against my position. And I tend to exit and then say, I'll just get back in. That's not good. That is not good. And I admit that's something that I could work on. But again, when you're dealing with Forex, those are highly leveraged positions. And so sometimes, I've been a futures trader like my whole life. And you guys know, if you've been following me, that I was a member of 4 different exchanges. I was a floor trader. So, I mean, that short-term mentality is still kind of deeply embedded in me. Stocks, no. Like, I can't say I love when stocks go down. I don't think anybody does, unless, you're one of these committed short sellers and that's all you do. And I just think that's a foolish strategy to, in a market or in a reality that's basically a growth function. I just think it's dumb to go against that. But I'm not saying it's comfortable when we have these big declines in the market and I have my portfolio. A lot of times, though, I have to say that I just wish I had more investable cash, because as it goes down, for me, I love buying at a discount. I mean, that just comes naturally. Like, I never think to sell out. I think about buying more at a discount. I mean, typical like consumer behavior, like something that you really want, something of value, some item that goes on sale, you want to take advantage of that, right? Like, that is my mentality. So while the declines, they might be uncomfortable when I look at the overall level of my portfolio and how much, let's say, the drawdown has been. But really what gets me most frustrated is sometimes just not having enough investable cash to put to work. Like, I'm pretty much fully invested most of the time. Now, when stocks that I hold go up and they reach a certain valuation that I would deem overvalued, maybe on a price earnings basis or something like that, then I rotate out and I look to get into something else. But more often than not, the situation seems to be like when we have these big declines, I'll buy into that, but, I want to keep on buying. I want to keep on buying. I mean, those are the times when you really build and accumulate positions. I mean, it's the same thing in any asset class, really. If you think about real estate, like the people who've made the biggest fortunes in real estate, like they're basically they're buying distressed. They're buying when the market is distressed. And the people who get in trouble in real estate, they chase prices higher. I mean, that to me, that's always been built in to me, like my DNA, the idea of buying low and selling high, to the point where, I talk about this from a contrarian perspective. And that's my approach, basically, is to be contrarian. Like when everybody hates it, wild horses couldn't keep me away from wanting to go in. And when everybody loves it, I want to get out in the worst way. I mean, that's just me. That's my nature. That's my DNA. But I'm curious what you guys personally, you find to be uncomfortable and you hate to do. Another thing I hate to do is cold calling for contacts, for leads, for whatever, to open a conversation on a business deal or something like that. I don't like cold calling. It's not that I can't do it. And I have no problem speaking in front of groups. Like I've spoken in front of big groups. Like I have no fear of public speaking at all whatsoever. But like picking up the phone and calling people, I don't know, I feel uncomfortable doing that. I mean, that is a very, very good skill to have if you could do it and if you're good at it. That's an excellent skill, because if you have that, you could go anywhere basically and thrive and start a business and do well. Cold calling is where it's at, but I don't like it. I don't like it. And it gets results. Believe me, it gets results. So, I mean, what do you guys hate? What do you hate doing? For me, I got no problem with anything physical. No problem whatsoever. In fact, I always want to push the envelope on that. I always want to test myself. I always want to, go farther than I think I can go. Without question. I mean, I love doing that. Maybe the initial just waking up and thinking, oh, I got to go through this is terrible. But I am so disciplined when it comes to that. And I just love doing that. And again, the thing about the markets, I have patience. I like the intellectual challenge, and I have no problem with that. Patience is a key thing. Like, when you don't need that gratification right away, that opens up a whole new world of possibilities. And then, admittedly, like I said, with the short-term trading, with stuff that's highly leveraged, like foreign exchange or futures, I do tend to take my profits a little bit too quickly. I'll admit it. And that's something that I've struggled against, and I continue to struggle against it. And I've been doing this for a long, long time. Like a lot of you, I know a lot of you are novices in this. And so I can't say anything negative against you, because, I've been doing this a really long time and I still have that problem. But it's mostly with respect to highly leveraged types of trades, futures or Forex. And then the other thing, like I said, is cold calling. So anyway, I'm just interested and curious to find out what you guys don't like, what you find uncomfortable, what you tend to shy away from, kind of like what you don't want to face. You'd rather just it not be there. It's maybe a task that you have to do and you just dread doing it. What is it? Let me know in the comments. Bye.